All right. So as soon as I click go live, the internet, like literally, as soon as I pressed it, the internet went out on me. I sat here and waited a full minute till we were good to go. So let's just let it. This is the laptop that is giving me all the problems. So I'll just wait. Oh, I really don't want to have to back out, but it looks like I'm going to have to. Unbelievable. This laptop got fried. Hey, Damien, how you doing, bud? I'm sure you guys can hear me okay, but I'm sure the screen is frozen up. So bear with me. Let's see. Let's see. Mm. Yeah, exactly, Trey. The laptop's name is Ekblad. Gonna back out. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Let's see. We'll find out. Oh man. Uh, so I'm like the Panthers. You never know what you're gonna expect, right? It is what it is. I mean, if you followed this channel long enough, you know that God Himself has a bug for giving me tech issues. I mean, uh, I'm the only broke SOB that managed to get himself 2 brand new laptops in the last year and had everything running right. And then we had this power flash the other day. And since then, this laptop is this 50-50. You never know. So we'll see how this goes. Hey, Vincent, how you doing, buddy? what is that thing? It's old single dude. That's what it is. Yeah, how you doing, Matthew? Yeah, great game yesterday. Could we have let them win that game? Like I wouldn't have been so upset uh if we had whoopsies let them win in overtime, right? It was it was endearing when their home crowd was, they were all happy and cheering and everything. I did, and then we shut them up when we scored. Yeah, exactly, Metal. We could have let them tie it. I mean, I'm not saying we did them dirty with scoring a goal with 0.4 seconds left in the second period and then not letting them get it to overtime. As if we're not hated enough. I think that's the thing. As if we are not hated enough by the rest of the NHL. Now we beat Columbus in their home opener on the night that they honored Goudreau. James, who's that? JC says moonshine at this hour. She's show me on their bear where they touched you. Where's the bear? Here, right here. I'll show you on the Billy Lindsay. Okay, right there. That's where they kicked me in the nuts. That's where they kicked me in the nuts, JC. It got cold here quick too. Remember that week I was bitching and complaining about the humidity? Well, now it's cold, and I think my body liked the humidity and the warmth better. It's not pleasant. Colby says, shall I say babysitter brunette? I don't understand the reference, Colby. Let's see. Vincent says, why? That's not the point. The game is fun. The game is fun for the game. Who likes to receive charity? It's social pressure, deformation talking. I think I know what you're saying, Vincent. JC says, Ditto woke up to walk the dog at 45. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. When it was warm, like I was up every morning at 5:00, good to go. And since it's got cold, now it's like 7:30. I'm dragging my ass out of bed, and it hurts. Yeah, Texas is Katy Perry. She's hot and she's cold. Yeah. Colby says Vasilevsky has about 3.5 goals saved above expected. Tampa is good again. That changes the trajectory of the Atlantic. Yeah. Yeah, Tampa looks good so far, but we've kind of gotten used to Tampa sleepwalking through the first couple months of the season. So maybe they've just decided not to do that. But I'm sure that they're sick of losing in the playoffs, right? So it would not surprise me to see them, win around and end up, facing us in that second round if it works out that way. James says, yeah. Chinakov. Gina, is that how you pronounce his name? Chinakov had a wide open net. We were lucky to get out of that one. He did have a wide open net. I mean, I don't know how he missed it, but he did. Goalie says, I mean, I'm not complaining that we beat Tampa in the postseason last year, but that was not the version of Tampa everyone is familiar with. Well, I think Tampa is a little bit motivated, no doubt. Yeah, TB7. Yeah, we're back in first place again. I know, right? How funny is that? We're in good shape. We'll be all right. The good thing from last night is that Spencer Knight did well, right? Wasn't perfect, but he held the 1-goal lead. We know we're never going to hold the 2-goal lead. We're just not capable of holding. 100% of the time, if you ask me would I want a 4-2 lead or a 3-2 lead, give me the 3-2 lead all day long. Matthew says he stayed on his feet for the most part. Yeah, there was just that one time, I think it was early in the second period or maybe late in the first period. I don't know how he ends up on his back, but other than that, he did well. So they just got to figure out how he ends up on his back all the time, because obviously the last time it cost us a goal. Yeah, Dylan says Columbus definitely played to win in Johnny's honor. Yeah, it was a very, very touching tribute. I'm not complaining, but as a dad, I think, how can I put this? They really left the camera on his family a lot longer than I think was expected, with considering they're just sitting there crying, which is understandable. Obviously, you would expect them to be crying, but you kind of thought, a shot of them crying for 3 seconds, 4 seconds but it kind of just kind of kept the camera on them, and it's like, this is getting hard to, a little bit hard to watch. Yeah, Metal says, put it into perspective, he made 35 saves, most of them near the end. Hey, Shane, DB7 says, missed you guys and saw you during the offseason. Is there me? Does the NHL look faster this year? The Panthers seem to be flying around. Well, it seems they're not playing too physical early on. Things do seem a little bit quick. I mean, there's a lot of goals being scored. Let's be honest. There's a lot of goals being scored. I mean, what was Ottawa the other night? I forget who they played. It was 8-7. They won or they lost. I mean, there's been, even the Panthers haven't. The only game we gave up less than 3 goals was the game we lost. So go figure. I don't know that I would read too much into it. The only thing that I could even kind of even think about with that is that, I mean, teams want to be fresh at the end of the year. I mean, they kind of see how Florida did it last year, where we kind of, I'm not saying we lollygagged through the first few months of the season, but the energy we had at the end of the year is why we won. So you could be seeing some teams just kind of being a little bit lackadaisical on defense. Mike says, I just want to say that last year Lundell was getting ready to turn the scoring on. I told you, just didn't think it would come 1 year later. Yeah, well, no disagreement there. I mean, he had 18 goals his rookie year. Then Maurice comes in and changed things around a little bit. But now he's playing with a little bit more swagger, a little bit more. You can see the confidence. Right? You can see that he's got the confidence, especially now with Barkov out. It's like, dude, we're dependent on you now. It's not, you're the third line, now it's like we need you. Hey, TB, thanks, bud. Much appreciated. Thank you, TB. I appreciate that. He says, thanks for the awesome commentary. I appreciate that, man. Hey, Jake, how you doing, bud? Which, by the way, that reminds me, I want to thank Jake again, because he gave out on opening night like a ton of memberships. I'm talking with the guy. There is a Discord for the members that's already been created. On Friday, if everything goes right, I'm talking with the guy and I'm learning everything that I need to learn about it. So this weekend, it should be made available for the members. So that'll be a members only Discord. So I know a few people have asked me about that. We used to have a public Discord years ago, but I just don't have the time to upkeep it and all of that. So I've got a little bit of help there. So that'll be for the members. That should be available this weekend, as long as I don't screw it up and not be able to make the meeting on Friday. Kenneth says, nice to see Kyle in a Jackets jersey last night. Yeah, it's funny because I was thinking about my intro and making it a moment of silence. And then I was kind of thinking to myself, I wonder if I should just wear the Jackets jersey for the recap in the stream. And then Kyle came up. He says, I'm thinking about wearing the Jackets jersey. So I'm like, okay, you could wear it. So, yeah, that worked out. Yeah, it's not a Gaudreau jersey, but Vincent says, so far it's the Reinhardt effect. We'll see if he keeps that pace when the lines return to normal. No doubt, Vincent. Yeah, no doubt. And what do you think about Sam Miskevich getting put up there with Bennett and Verhaeghe last night, huh? Coach clearly has confidence in him, that's for sure. Metal says the top two lines have been really good. Do I have any concern from when Chucky and Barkey come back? Will it be like when Ekblad and Montour came back last year? We lost some games after that. I understand the question, Metal, but if you remember the playoffs, when we got to the playoffs last year, it didn't matter what we did inside of a game. Like, we got to a point where the lines didn't matter because everybody had played significant minutes with everybody else. And I think that's on purpose. You know what I mean? No doubt Lundell, Reinhardt, Luosterainen they got the juju going on together. But yeah, no, I get it. I think it's on purpose, right? I mean, there was nothing wrong with the top line last night, and then he moved Sam Miskevich up and he moved guys around, and we had already had 3 goals. So, excuse me. I think it's by design. I'm trying to think of, honestly, when we're fully healthy, I would say the only thing that I would suggest to Maurice, like, who am I to suggest? But when we're fully healthy, I would give those third and fourth lines a few more minutes and not so much to Barkov and Tkachuk. Now, I know in the PK, they kind of did that. They didn't want to wear out Barkov and Reinhardt in the PK as much. So they said, Coach said Lundell and Luosterainen were going to get a lot more PK time, and they have. But with the third line being what it is and the fourth line with Boquist and those guys, when we're healthy, I would even those minutes out a little bit. There's no reason to not reduce the top 2 lines by a couple of minutes and add the third and fourth lines in to give a few more, right? Vincent said, I think Erod and Sam Miskevich possible swap. Yeah. But then there was like a 30 or 40 second thing there where Gadjevich got stuck on the top line with those guys. It's just with the way that the Panthers system is. I mean, yeah, obviously we have lines, but again, I mean, especially a couple of years ago when Stahl was around and every day somebody was hurt and Stahl you never know what game there was, games where Stahl was at 2C, 3C. I think he might have even had to play at 1C one night. So I like the way Maurice does it. So you get to the middle of the playoffs, and if guys end up stuck on the ice together, it doesn't matter. James says, I don't know if I like Sam Miskevich on the Bennett line with Tkachuk. Sam's not nearly that physical. No, but I'll give him I'll give him credit for the effort. He's going to get there. I believe he's going to get there. He is not showing any symptoms of lack of confidence or unwillingness to go into the dirty areas. And he's still just a young kid. I like his game. I honestly do. Please do not trade him like we traded Tippett. Can we just one guy other than Lundell? I guess I don't want to discount Lundell, but since Lundell, can we please take a first round draft pick, develop him, and keep him, please? Hey, Colby, thank you, buddy. Thank you, Colby. He says, I know I've probably said this before, but you need to reach out to Running with the Devils. You two are the best creators out there. I appreciate that, Colby. I will do my best to remember that. I know I kind of wanted to reach out to low quality Bruins fans, but I haven't quite done that yet. But maybe come playoff time. But yeah, I'll check out Running with the Devils. Hold on a second. So it says, hey, Joe, it's not that Reinhardt kid that we thought we overpaid for. I mean, remember when you guys asked me if he was gonna have a fall off from 57 goals? He almost had 2 last night. Drew says, smash my thumb with a hammer yesterday. It's all black and blue. Haven't done that since I was a kid. Matthew says, I don't think Tippett ever would have gotten better here. I mean, we were trying to win the cup, right? So it's tough. But now that we have a cup, there's no reason not to just let Samoskevich sit there and develop. And I don't think we're going to not win again because of Mackie Samoskevich. You know what I mean? Now, Nate Schmidt and Adam Boquist, that's a different story. I'm not complaining. Boquist was good last night. They've played better. They're not the fastest guys in the world, although Boquist isn't the end of the world. I think we're just kind of getting used to them a little bit. You know what I mean? So that'll take some time. Yeah, Mikula looks good. Matthew says I don't like Nate. No, I wouldn't say I don't like him. I got to get used to him. I mean, I like him. I like him as a guy. I watched his introductory press conference. I like his energy. I think he's a good guy. I just got to kind of get used to their game and everything. Like OEL just kind of fit right in. You know what I mean? Without Ekblad and OEL was there instead of Ekblad, it was like, oh, this is actually a little bit better. But it's different. It's different with Schmidt, especially. Yeah, Trey is a Boquist fan. Trey's going to get a Boquist jersey. So it says Maurice is threatening the fans with a top pairing of Ekblad and Schmidt. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ekblad was okay last night. Vincent says, with all respect, Hockey Junkie is the funniest hockey creator. He's good. I like his stuff. Right? Yeah. I like Hockey Junkie. He's good. Matthew asks, who would I extend on the team? Bennett. I think Bennett is the one, and we'll see about Ekblad. There's nobody left to extend, right? Other than Bennett, there's nobody left to extend. No, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind being able to keep Jesper Boquist for a couple of years instead of having to continually reboot at 4C. David wants to know, what are my thoughts on Spencer Knight so far? Much better this second game. He got better as the game went on yesterday, kind of like Bob did the other night. He needed last night, right? I mean, we can say everything we want about everything that's happened with him, but at some point, he just needed to go out there and play a good, solid game. Not perfect, not bad. Get the 2 points and just get a little bit of confidence going, and made some timely saves for us. His mechanics Maybe they're good. I'm not a goaltender. I'm not a goalie coach. It's kind of like with Nate Schmidt. I'm still getting a little bit used to Spencer Knight's game. His body mechanics, they don't scream confidence to me. Like with Bob, it doesn't matter where he is in the net. It's just like I just expect Bob to make the save, right? With Spencer, we're still kind of like, okay, what's this guy going to do a little bit? But he needed to just get 2 points behind him and be able to move on. So I kind of, in hindsight, like what Maurice did, playing him 2 out of the 3 games. And now I would not be surprised if Bobrovsky got 3, maybe even 4 straight. Yeah, Raven's still around, Mike. Yeah, he's still around. TB7 says, so fortunate to have witnessed and fully enjoyed the last 2 Panther seasons. Here we are again with an amazing core of players and the same awesome coach and management. Let's relish this. He ain't joking. There's no lies detected there. Like I talked about in the Boston Bruins and that recap, with everybody, not our players, our team, but other fans complaining that we get calls from the refs. It's like nobody else was watching. There was like 8 of us watching in 2010 when every night, when the Panthers played, and every single skinny call. I mean, it would get to a point where we would get 2 minutes for bad breath. It was just, we just got no calls. And what did they used to say, right? What did they used to tell us all back when every call went against us? They said, well, get good, and then you'll get the calls. And here we are. But yeah, enjoy it while it's here. That's for sure. TV says Lundell and Luciano looked great last night. Yeah, they're good. They're good together. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. Trocheck was tripped. Drew wants to know if I saw the new Mr. Olympia. No, I did not. I did not see that. James says Demko is out. I think it makes sense to start Knight against Vancouver. How many games is that away? Let's see. What do we got coming up here? Let's see. We got, you talking about tomorrow? No, I don't think you're going to see Bob have that many nights off in a row. Bob played Monday, right? Tuesday, Wednesday. No, Bob will get that game. We played Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. Well, we know Spencer's going to get one of the games in Finland. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games before the Finland trip. So you probably, my guess would be you're going to give Bob 2, Spencer 1, Bob 2, Spencer 1. Is that 6? I think that's 6. I'm not good at math. So that would give Bob Vancouver and Vegas. That would give Spencer the Wild. And then that would give Bob the Rangers and Islanders. And then Spencer Knight, the Sabres. And then we go to Finland. That would be my guess. That would be my guess there. Yeah, Bob for sure against Vegas. Yeah. Trey says it depends on Bob, how much Bob drinks when they land in Finland, right? So true. Oh no, that's okay, but I just haven't seen much of anything, to be honest with you. I watch hockey. I watch hockey videos when it's in season, and then that's all my eyes have. That and a little bit of football. Trey says during the Eastern Conference Finals last year, I was saying, you know what? Trocheck wasn't tripped. It wasn't even Trocheck. Wasn't it Riley Smith that had gotten tripped right before Trocheck got tripped or right after? I forget. Meadow says, I think Knight will get the wild, which, by the way, we had a Gustafson. Is that the kid? We had a goalie goal last night, right? And Spencer thought about it too. Did you see that? Last night when that net was empty, Spencer got it and he put that paddle down, and you saw him think maybe I should do this, but then he didn't do it. James says Spencer has to play the Sabres again. Yeah, I don't want to lose to the Sabres again. There was a guy in the Sabres recap. There was a Sabres fan trolling us. What do you even say? Right? Like he was saying that I must be a new fan, and I don't even know what this poor dude was saying. He must have been so delirious from the fact that they actually beat us that he just got drunk. And, it's Buffalo, right? So he must have just got drunk and started shit talking. He left like 3, 4, maybe even 5 different comments. I stopped counting. Colby answered one of them. I just got a good laugh out of it because I'm just like, that's cool. I remember being that team. We did decades of being that team. It was like, yeah, well, we beat you in November. It's like, yeah. So I remember for sure. Trey says we would be saying this morning that Spencer has more goals than Verhaeghe and Tkachuk, right? So who else hasn't scored? Rodriguez. I don't think Rodriguez has one. He might have got. Did he get one on opening day? I forget. Yeah, Chucky. Does Chucky even have a point? Right? But it's early. It's fine. It's good. Don't look at our goalie save percentage. Don't look at most of the save percentages around the league, right? Except like Vasilevsky. And the ex-Panther goalies, I was looking at it this morning. They're like hot and cold. They're hot and cold. David says, who do I think will be the last scorer from the team? Well, I would have said Nate Schmidt, but he got a goal. So I had to think about that because there's nobody on the team really right now that is a complete offensive black hole, right? Amikala's got a little bit of ability. Kulikov got a goal last night, right? So scratch him off the list. So I'm thinking about the bottom. I mean, Gadjevich. Did Gadjevich already get one? Who's left? Greer? Did Greer get one? Yeah, James is right. It could be Ekblad gets the last one. It could be Ekblad gets the last one. Oh, yeah. Someone says, I think it could be Balinskis, Tippett, or Samuskevich. Oh, crap. It might be Mackey, to be honest with you. That's okay. I don't think Maurice is. Look, let's be honest. Samuskevich was hurt the whole camp, and Maurice just said, here's your job. I mean, he just gave him the job. So, to me, the whole Samuskevich thing, I mean, I'm watching it, and I'm enjoying watching him develop. But in terms of worrying about where they're going to do with him, where they're going to do with him and all of that, I have a unverified suspicion that Maurice went to, or excuse me, that Zito went to Maurice and said, Samuskevich is playing, and Samuskevich was playing. You know what I mean? I think Zito realizes that at some point you can't sign everybody, and you have to have younger guys that eventually come in and at least become like a Lundell or a Luosterainen, right? So I think he's here regardless of, unless he just tanks, and I don't think that's going to happen. Drew says Gadro got 2. Was one of those in the preseason, though? I thought one of those was the last preseason game, but I could be wrong. I think because, True, I remember you texted me about the Gadjevich goal, but I think one of those was in the last preseason game. And Vincent says Verhaeghe would be fitting. Yeah, he's due. He's due. It might be Ekblad. Wouldn't that? It's probably if I was gonna go online and bet, I would say it would either be Ekblad or Sam Miskevich would be the last guy to get a goal for us. Yeah, that's okay. And then we don't know when Nosek is coming back. And the only thing, like I said last night, I hope that they're not going to rush Barkov back because of the trip to Finland. I get it, right? But I honestly, truthfully, all joking set aside, however long you're hurt, Alexander, you're hurt. You know what I mean? Let him stay fresh. You know what I mean? So, but I have a feeling he'll be back for that Finland trip. Drew says Gadjevich has 2 goals and 2 assists. Jeez. What's he, our leading scorer? Yeah, Trey's got Bedard, Michkov, and Hudson in the league in a keeper league. Yeah. Trey's set. Trey is absolutely set. So okay, my phone started ringing. I had to make sure it wasn't my daughter. She did manage to get in with her flight yesterday afternoon. So Saturday, she's going to be here at my house Friday and Saturday night. Friday night we're going to Devil's Playground, so that's going to be fun. I wish I could take video, but they don't allow you obviously to do it. But I wish I could because we have a blast. We have a blast when we go. It's like going to Halloween Horror Nights. So my daughter's been there. She says this, but she hasn't been to this one here since she was like 16. So, but yeah, so we're in first place. We're in good shape. Spencer Knight looked good enough, right? There's no complaints. Like if you had to pick something, if there's one guy that you were going to complain about, like I can't even think of like somebody to be like everything is good except for this guy. You know, it's beautiful. God, it's so different than when I started the channel. When I started the channel, there was like one guy that was good. You know what I mean? And we had just traded half of the guys that were good. Now it's just like there's nothing to complain about except for Spencer Knight can't keep on his skates 100% of the time, or, you know, Nate Schmidt's bald. That's about it. Hey, Rosado. James says if there's one guy to complain about, Ekblad on the first pairing. I mean, who else would we put there, though? I mean, I like Balinskis, but is he ready to go up top? Right? Yeah, there you go, Sybil. He says Tippett is a black hole on offense. He's not even there, right? Okay, Metal's got a good one. The power play in general, giving up the shorties. Yeah. Why? And we can't say because Barkov's gone, because guess what? Why does that keep happening? What are we doing differently? Because it's been a problem going back to last year. Nick says, I put my glasses on and now Gadjevich has 1 goal and 1 assist. Oh, I can empathize with that. I totally can empathize with that. That's funny. Vincent says, it seems to me Barkov can be earlier than that. Maurice phrased it interesting that he's a big guy and puts a lot of force into his movements, so it seems more of a precaution. Right. Yeah, I mean, I just let him. We're good. We're good. At least let him sit till Finland. I understand he wants to go and and play and all of that. Fine, but until then, just rest, dude. You've played a lot of hockey these last couple of years. David says it felt like it started to happen since the Rangers series, giving up the shorties. No, you're not wrong. Trey says Barkov is playing in Finland. I'm a doctor on TV. Drew says if Forsling wasn't so fast and such an amazing defenseman equipped. Hold on a second. Now I need my glasses. My eye keeps twitching. Hold on. Let me blow up the chat. I'm having trouble seeing it. Drew says if Forsling wasn't so fast and such an amazing defenseman equipped would really look horrible. I think he's trying to say Ekblad would really look horrible every single time he steps on the ice. Forsling basically plays defense by himself most of the time. Yeah. True. Jackson says Reinhardt's our leading scorer, 8 points, 4 goals, and 4 assists. Mike says I've got a man crush on how good Forsling is. It's absurd. He's also immune to my praise. That's how good Forsling is. Forsling is so good as I can that I can praise him and he still stays good. He's like Kyle and I said, he's just a black hole. Here comes somebody down the ice. If Forsling is back, just forget about it. Just forget about it. Absolutely nothing is going to happen. Now, I know he was on the ice last night. I still can't quite figure out what happened on that second goal. I still kind of think Samoskevich lost his man a little bit there. Yeah. Soylent says, my dog plays better defense than Ekblad. Again, if he stays in his zone and keeps the man in front of him, he's okay. But watching him try to turn his hips is like watching me try to play football. It ain't happening, you know? Oh, my God, Vincent. Oh, my God, Vincent, I almost just spit my water all over the microphone. Forsling equipped Ekblad with eggplant. Are we sure? Are we sure that's the phrasing that that I'm not so it's gonna stick. That's gonna stick. That imagery is not. It's not safe for work. It is not safe for work, man. Oh my God. No wonder nobody watches these streams after it's over. Thank you all for who does, by the way, too. Hey, what do you guys think yesterday? Now, I'm going to keep it this way because somebody asked. Somebody mentioned in the last recap, not last night's, but the previous one, said, hey, stop spoiling the game with the score in the title of the recap. And it makes sense. And I've seen other people say that in other videos. I'm just kind of surprised that I've gotten to 9 years. Nobody's ever said that before. Nobody. But apparently this guy, he watches from overseas. I think he said Europe. And he's like, yeah, he doesn't get to watch the game. He wakes up. He wants to watch the recap, but I'm spoiling the game in the score. Right. And that's the other thing Jameson says. Usually my face says it all in the thumbnail. So last night, I just removed myself from the thumbnail. And because I'm not removing the Kermit. For whatever, the algorithm loves Kermit. Okay? I could do 100 videos. And the one with Kermit in the thumbnail is always going to get more views 100% of the time. So that's not going anywhere. So I didn't put the score in the title, and I'm going to change the thumbnails. I'm just going to use that background and just change the thumbnails because I figure out I got no reason not to change it. And there was a couple people that had liked his comment about not putting the score in the title. So I got no reason not to do it. So I started doing that last night. So, and I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Year 9, game 5, year 9, game 10. That way, when I'm at like year 17, game 62, maybe somebody will feel bad for me and finally get me over 10,000 subscribers. Jackson says I should try to make a short or a video with Kermit and see how many views it gets as an experiment. Yeah, I've put out some shorts from the recap, but I don't know if Kermit is in the shot. Craig says if Kermit was a Chucky doll, might pop too. Yeah. Yeah. Nick says Forsling has a special skating style that's more than just power skating. He was taught as a kid in Sweden by some famous skating coach. Interesting. How did he get? What I want to know is who was the GM that watched him play? Said, release him. We don't need that guy. Andrew says YouTube is getting strange right now. Yeah. My algorithm is what my algorithm is. There's nothing I can do about it. And I'm not saying that to complain or to like be wah, but the way the algorithm works is the videos of mine that get the most views are the recaps. I put the video, they come out 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. So a bunch of people watch in the first hour or two, and then everybody goes to bed and nobody watches. So YouTube thinks all of my videos should follow that same format. So like the Eastern Conference Saga or anything that I put out in the middle of the day will get 80% of its views in the first 2 hours. And then when I look at my analytics after a couple of hours, doesn't matter when I release the video or what the video is, YouTube just stops showing it to people. It's just like, okay, that's it. We already know nobody else is going to watch after 2 hours. Now, sometimes that works a little bit differently. Like the following morning, if we play Boston or we play the Rangers, we play a popular team, more people will click on it. But I watch my analytics, and if I put out a blank screen with me farting, it's going to get 200 views in the first 2 hours, and then YouTube is going to stop showing it to people. It doesn't matter what I put out. And it's what, year 9? So I'm not fighting it anymore. It's just like I'm going to put out the content and you guys watch it. And there's really not much I can do past that. Andrew, I appreciate that, bud. Yeah. True says you like the short parody views. I'm getting great at editing. Yeah, I'm getting better. It takes a lot longer than you think. It takes a lot longer than I think. Like the one I put out yesterday was 3 minutes. That was 2 hours of work because I got to get the idea. I got to sketch. I got to film it, and then I got to edit it. And there's a lot of mistakes and takes that just like, maybe not. And you got to mix and match the things that it takes a lot longer than even I think. I sit down thinking this is going to take me 45 minutes. And it takes 2 to 3 hours. I'm like, well, shit, there goes my whole day. So channel needs to work. That's all I can say. It's it is what it is. We're not starving, right? So we'll do that. Well, I appreciate that, Kenneth. Yeah, I'm trying to do different things with the intros this year, just to keep my mind busy with it, because usually I could have just taken the dog to the river and then do the video, and then that was the intro, right? And that's kind of why I've been doing the Eastern Conference skits in the morning too, because my natural rhythm is wake up, get my breakfast, do my thing, and then I spend an hour or two with the dogs at the river and all of that. So now it's kind of like, well, I got to do something to keep my mind occupied. Otherwise, I sit there and I start crying and shit. So those videos aren't stopping. So YouTube, you can show them to 100 people. You can show them to 10,000 people. They're not stopping because it's that or go get a dog. And I don't want to go get another dog right now because I don't want to take all that emotion and pour it into another, because then I'm going to get 2 and I'm going to get 3. And then I got to do that whole thing all over again. And I'm just not ready to do all that. That was 27 years, 6 dogs. And I'm tired. I need a timeout. There ain't no way around that. Vincent, yeah. Vincent says, by the way, it's a nightmare every time I try to find Captain Paul's channel. He has an unfortunate name, The Locker Room, and he's not alone. I know. They don't even show it to me. Like, I can watch one of his whole videos, and then, like, for 2 or 3 days, YouTube won't show me any of his stuff. But if Eck farts, I get his video. No question asked. You know what I mean? So, not disparaging Eck. He does what he does. He's good at what he does. I don't nearly get enough hockey psychology. Hockey Junkie never shows up on my feed. And I'm talking about guys that, like, when I see their video, I will watch the whole thing. And YouTube does not show me the next video and the next video. So I know it's not just me. Like, Hockey Junkie literally doesn't come up on my feed at all. There's guys that True will tell me about, or Nick from Twisted Wrister will tell me about. I've never heard of them. They've never showed up in my feed. Mike, you're my age. He says, I'm guessing at your age, Jaw, just remember what you were doing in the middle of doing what you were doing would be the biggest time killer. He says, just remembering what you were doing in the middle of doing what you're doing would be the biggest time killer doing video. Yeah. There's a lot of time. I can't count how many times I'm either upstairs or downstairs, and I got to do something. And I walk downstairs. And by the time I get downstairs, I don't remember why I walked downstairs. I just don't. I get downstairs and I stop. And Kyle looks at me and says, you don't know why you came down here, do you? I'm like, no, I don't remember why I came down here. And eventually I can retrace my steps and remember. Right? Trey says, empty netters didn't come up in my feed until the playoffs, and they're over 100 episodes and have Bill Burr's production team backing them. Yeah. Geez, I don't feel so bad. Yeah, it is difficult on everybody. What was this? Donis wants to know about Matt Stafford being the best quarterback in the NFC, and do I think he could get traded to the Dolphins or Giants? The Dolphins ain't making any trades. The Giants, I don't know. I would think Stafford would have some kind of say in where he's going to go. I don't see the Dolphins making any trades that way. They're too stubborn. They're too stupid. Between Ross and Greer, they're like a dog with a bone. It doesn't matter. I don't see them doing anything that is going to make it even sound a little bit like they were wrong about anything. So, yeah, Rosado. Yeah, we see you. We see you, Rosado. Andrew says, I don't get notifications either, but I make the effort. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Vincent says, get a shark. Right. Notifications. I get notifications for channels that in fact, there are 0 channels. 0 channels, with the exception of, I think, Nick, Twisted Wrister, that I have clicked notifications for. I still get notifications. It is not for channels that I watch their whole videos, right? I mean, if I see an Eck video, Hockey Junkie, Hockey Psychology, Nick, I watch the whole video. 90% of the time, I'll watch the whole video. I have never gotten one notification for them except for Nick, but because I'm a member of Nick's channel. I get his members' notifications. But I don't even get his regular video notifications, even though I'm a member. But I'll get notifications for other channels that I have subscribed to 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and haven't watched. So I don't take it personally anymore. I kind of take it as a challenge now. I see Rosado. Rosado, say that again, and you put timeout. One more time, I put you in timeout. I'm in a mood. Wow, is it almost 1:00? Hey, Kyle. I'm just yelling. I'm just saying hi. So it's okay. Jaws 3D. Jaws 3D is the second best. It's Jaws 1, Jaws 3. Jaws 2 was just Jaws 1 without Hooper and Quint. Why bother? I mean, it was quite literally almost the exact same storyline, just with no Hooper and no Quint. Jaws 3, I enjoyed. I saw Jaws 3 in the theater. I liked it. I understand that it's not, I liked it for what it was. You know what I mean? There's just too many good lines in Jaws 3. And the caricature of the characters, right? What's the guy that runs what's the guy that runs the Sea World there? I forget the guy's name. But just some of the lines. Yeah, True says Jaws 3D was retro, but crap now. Yeah, but just some of the lines, it's just like you talking about some damn sharks, mother. It's just like some of the stuff in that movie is so cringe and so bad that it was good. But Jaws 2 was it was a money grab. No, not Randy Quaid. The black guy that ran SeaWorld. What the hell was his name? He was a pretty famous actor. Yeah, it has a young Leah Thompson. Yeah. No, it wasn't Quaid. It wasn't Quaid. It was the black guy that ran SeaWorld. And they made him. Is that his name? No, Calvin. Yeah. Calvin was the guy. Calvin Bouchard was his name in the movie, and I guess it was Randy Jackson, Trey, and they made him such a caricature. Like if they put that movie out now, canceled, bro. Right? They made him like a caricature of a caricature. It was so bad. It was good. Yeah, Calvin Bouchard. No, it wasn't Samuel Jackson. I don't think Samuel Jackson would have taken that role. It was offensive then. it was, that's how bad that role was. It was offensive then. You watch that movie and it was like, damn, man. It was just like, okay. He moved a great white shark on his own after they told him not to do it. And I see Rosado. Metal says I've had enough of guys called Bouchard, right? Yeah. Yeah, the slow-mo shots are hilarious. Yeah, but Leah Thompson in a bikini was not. I had no problem with that. I had absolutely no problem with that whatsoever. Definitely better than Jaws 2. All right. I think that's going to do it. I got something coming out later this evening. It depends on how long it takes me. I'll just let you guys in on it. It is. I'm going to do this every week. It's going to be every NHL fan's reaction to the first week. So it's every NHL fan's reaction to week 1, week 2, week 3, etc. He's like every person that runs a marine park. Rosado. You put it. All right, I'm going to go. I got to go eat some food. Wish me luck. Today is day 1 of keto. I got to get off of the carbs because I was doing okay when the weather was warm. But, yeah, you're right, Nick. You're right. But now that it got cold, as soon as it got cold, all my joints said, F you. And I can't do that. So today is day 1 of keto. So I should feel real good by Friday. And that's a joke. If any of you have ever had the keto flu, I've done it a few times. The problem is not doing it. The problem is don't be stupid and get off, right? Hey, thanks, Mike. True says keto sucks. Good luck. Jake says, what am I eating? What am I eating now, or what was I eating? What I was eating was way too much, and I know it's bad for me. I mean, like, don't do as I say, not as I do. But what I had been eating was way too much yogurt. Way too much yogurt. I mean, it's organic, but it's still full of sugar and crap. For keto, I make a lot of chickens. I'm not like the guy that does like all bacon and eggs and stuff like that. Steak, chicken, fish, nuts. When I do keto, I don't need that much food. I really don't. Like when I met Karen 6 years ago, a little over 6 years ago. When I met her, I had plenty of energy. I was feeling good. And then I went off of keto and I felt like crap. True. What's in the yolk? What's in the True knows the true. True knows the true stuff. Yeah. Don't get me into trouble, True. Yeah, exactly, Andrew. Everything in moderation. Yeah. I mean, I'll still eat, even when I do keto, I'll still have an apple once every couple of days. You know, I won't make myself sick. I'll get myself to a point and be like, I need some kind of fruit or something like that. I'm not doing it to worry about losing weight. It's just the joint pain, my inflammation. You know, I was bodybuilder, I was an athlete, all that stuff. And now if I eat like normal stuff, if I eat like anything that's processed or with sugar and everything, my joints, man, especially once this weather turns cold, is no good. All right, everybody. Appreciate all the support. And I'll have something out for you guys a little bit later on today.